So the golden ticket and the absolute cheat code for me, and something that changed my life massively. If I go back a number of years ago, I used to wake up in the morning, I used to feel groggy, my head was never clear, and I'd always feel like I was missing something. I always felt like, I wasn't happy with where I was in life. I always felt like I was always stressed. I never had a real plan for everything. I used to just get by each day, and I was very reactive to things. I wasn't proactive. And I struggled with anxiety. I'd wake up early in the morning, I'd be stressed, and a lot of things then are so different to what they are now. And I think one of the most important things that I did for me was I invested in 2 different mindset coaches, and they are, without a shadow of doubt, the best investments I've ever made. And the reason for that is because I didn't have control of my mind. I thought I suffered with depression. I've definitely got ADHD, although I now see that as a superpower, and it's something that I'm pleased I've got, because in my mind, all that is energy, it's drive, it's focus, it's thinking power, it's ideas, it's creativity, which, as someone in business, I'm 33 years old, and as it stands now, I've got a company that's worth well into 7 figures. I'm building a profitable YouTube channel that also is bringing huge value to my business, and I'm now working one-to-one with business owners to help them systemize, optimize, and maximize their construction businesses. I'm going to be able to give people so much value because I've been where they are. My ADHD self likes to be busy. I've made big investments in mindset coaches and mentors, and it's paid dividends. It's changed my life. And one of the most important things that I think anyone should do, and I promise you now, this is the golden ticket, and it is a way to make millions, is you have to have a morning routine. Because a morning routine, it sets the standard for your day. Yeah? You wake up, okay, and you might not wake up on the right foot. You might wake up a little bit groggy, you might feel a little bit down, you're low frequency. Your job, and the first thing you have to do, is anything you can do to raise your level of frequency. Now, this isn't just going for coffee, Coffee can be a part of that, definitely. But this is so much more than that. This is about you getting control and going and achieving at the start of your day. So one thing that I do is I go and do morning cardio. Every morning, I aim to be there on the treadmill in the gym between 4:30 and 5:15, depending on where I need to be at what time. And it's a non-negotiable. I'm doing this 7 days a week. On the weekends, I do it a bit later. I get a little bit of a lie, and an extra hour or so in bed. And I feel really good. I feel recharged. But I'm doing this 7 days a week. And the byproduct of it is the way it helps you look, Obviously, I follow a good diet plan. I train. I like training. And the byproduct of it is to look good and look in shape and be healthy. But the main reason I do it is for my mind. And for me, that morning routine and that waking up, getting out, being disciplined, not reliant on motivation, is absolutely massive. And no matter who you are, male, female, anyone, it will benefit you so much. And it's changed my life. And listen, there's been so many times where I've woken up and thought, I don't want to be going to the gym. But every single time I've done it, I've walked out of there, and I'm grateful that I've been to the gym. Like, it is something that will honestly transform your life. If you're someone out there, okay, and you're struggling, you're where I was, you don't know where you're going, you're beating yourself up, you've got this horrible back of your mind that just weighs you down, and you get anxious here, and you're struggling to deal with life day to day, or you're a construction business owner and you're struggling to deal with life anyway, because of it, that makes running your business even more difficult. Yeah, so you got no hope, right? But what I did was get myself right first, because I spent the most time with myself. I'm with myself 24/7, so I had to get myself right. And I went through therapy, I went and met different people, I spoke to doctors, and nothing ever worked. But the one thing that clicked was the mindset coaching, and the best thing they did for me, which was so simple, was create a morning routine. So what is my morning routine? I wake up, I go to the treadmill between 4:30 and 5:15 every morning. And when I'm on there, I set the treadmill to incline level 15. I've got an incline walk. I then set the pace to 5.5 kilometers an hour and I walk incline for about 40 minutes. So this starts my day. By halfway through, I'm starting to break a sweat. I'm now starting to come a workout. I'm feeling good. The blood's flowing. I've now gone past that initial wall of not feeling great. And once I get past that and I'm on the other side of it, I start to feel good. I start to get the reward. I've taken my mood into my own hands. I've not waited for it. I've gone and got it. I've made things happen. Now, that is a massive, massive, massive step in the right direction. Yeah. And I'm going to get on to why. Because it's so much bigger than what you're thinking now. It's so much bigger than you'd ever know. And so I've now started the day on the right foot. I'm now breaking the sweat. I'm moving. I'm active. Whilst this is happening, I'm listening to wealth affirmations. I'm listening to motivational talks. Yeah. And I'm listening to anything that is positive, anything that is aligned with what I need to do that day or how I need to be thinking to achieve what I'm trying to achieve that day. I listen to. And all this does is rewires your brain. It makes you start thinking in a way that you want to think. And I think so much of society, people are struggling because all they hear is negativity, press, media. It's all negative, recessions, the penny crunch, or that breakup over there, or oh God, he's done that to him, and it's negative, negative, negative. But within all of that, you can create your own calm. You can create your own community within yourself where it's you, and you are your own best friend. And the best way of doing that is by getting up in the morning, listening to your affirmations and doing some movement. That there, I promise you, is the biggest cheat code ever. And here's why. I walk out of that gym, my mind is clear, I've achieved already, and I feel good. So what does this mean for the first interaction that I have of the day? I'm in a good mood, yeah? So if I'm in a good mood, that is going to be rubbed off on the first person I speak to. The first people I speak to of the day outside of my household are those that work with me. It's my team. So when they see me with spirits high, yeah, and they see me, they know I've just come from the gym. They know that, I'm a boss. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I'm reliable. They can count on me. And then they see me doing this on top. It starts to inspire them. Right now, I'm sat in Tracy's office. I'm in my PA's office, yeah? And Tracy, for me, is another thing that's changed my life. And we're going to get onto that in another video, yeah? Systemization and having the right team. Tracy put on LinkedIn the other day about how much I'm a leader and how much I've changed her life, yeah? Me, before all of this, I wouldn't have the same effect on her because I wasn't happy with myself. I wasn't, as a kid, listen, I was a happy kid, very happy kid. I had a lovely upbringing. But then we ended up going through some bits and things got on top of me, and I kind of lost my way, I lost myself. But doing this has got me back, when you're in that treadmill and you're on that treadmill and you're on your own, yeah, it's you versus you. It's you and your thoughts. It's you and who you want to become. It's you and your future self. You're walking towards that. You're working towards that. And once you start to realize that, everything starts to change. And for me, it is the cheat code to multi-millions because my company was never what it was then. I wouldn't have been the same on camera. I wouldn't have the same effect, on other people, and I wouldn't have been at the other side of it. People like my content because I've been there and I've got the other side of it, and off the back of that, the traction that I've had online and the business it's brought in, I've only been online for 15 months. I've not been here for very long. People feel like I've been here for years. I've been online for 15 months. Yeah. And I'm making traction. I'm making progress and I'm helping to make change. And the biggest part of that is my morning routine. It starts there. The day starts there and it carries through. It carries through to my team. And then from my team, it carries through on camera. And then it gets viewed by people who are watching our stuff, which is thousands and thousands of people, tens of thousands of people every single week. On other platforms, millions of people are coming across our content. But it all starts with that morning routine. Everything I've got, it starts that morning routine. So if you look around me now with Stellar Scaffolding, the YouTube, online business and the brands and everything else. And then you look at this one-to-one mentoring business. It's a powerhouse, yeah? It's a powerhouse of a brand that I'm building. And I wouldn't be able to do it without that morning routine. Every single day, that sets the tone for everything. Yeah. So for anyone out there who feels lost, who doesn't know what they want to do, one thing I'll tell you to do, yeah, create your ideal self on paper. Understand what is it that you want to do. Who do you want to become? Yeah. How does that person think? How does he act? When he walks in that room, what's his posture like? How is he received? How is he looked at by others? Yeah. What is it you want? Your heart's going to start talking to you. Once you can visualize that, you can start walking towards it. And the best way to start is that morning routine. Get up, get out of bed, and start moving. Listen to the right things. Listen to those that are winning. Listen to those that are telling you that you can win. And listen to affirmations. Repeat it in your brain over and over. Yeah? Move and choose the way you think. That's the two things you need to do. You set your tone from the start of the day, and you set that tone for everybody that is going to come across you in that day. If your energy is good, trust me, you'll become a very, very powerful soul. And not only that, you become the inspiration. And if you're a born leader, you're supposed to be inspiring. We don't wait to be inspired. Yeah, we stand up and we begin to inspire. And yeah, listen, I just think for anyone out there that's struggling, doesn't know where they're at in life, doesn't know what they want to do, the biggest and best thing that you can do to change your life is to wake up tomorrow morning, get on that treadmill in the early hours, listen to motivational talks, and do your affirmations. Do that for a whole week straight and watch your life change.